So, hello everyone. Today I'm gonna talk to Anastasiia Tonina, and she is gonna talk a little bit about her career and music in general. How are you doing, Anastasia?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Julia?
Everything all right here. I would like to ask you some questions, and the first of them, which is very important, at what age did you start learning music, and why did you choose the flute as your instrument?
I guess I was 6 and I actually wanted to play percussion, like at first, but there was like a good teacher at the music school, which was this music school my mother was attending when she was a child, and she knew the chef of the school, and chef told her that they have a wonderful new flute teacher. And yeah, I kind of that's why I appeared in this flute studio. And then I did like some successful performances, and I already took part in some competitions in early age. And then when I wanted also like to play the percussion, the teachers told me that like, I have to focus on one thing, and like because I'm good at flute now, so try to keep going with this one. I was like, okay.
Fantastic. And what does music mean to you? What does it mean in your life? And what benefits do you think it can bring for an individual?
uh I don't know what music means in my life. It's mostly like the flute is in my life, or like it takes a huge part of my life. At some point, I was probably identifying myself too much with a flute or like a flute player, like as not as a human being. And I wouldn't say it's not healthy, but music, like the good concerts or like the good quality of music, make me feel alive, like the other probably mm, kinds of arts like paintings and so on, or like some good performances. It's all about emotions. So I guess it just, yeah, it's another um, tool which can make human beings.
Yeah, I understand. And how important is it for a musician to speak another language?
I think it's not very important like for musician, but it's just important for any person, because it's just important to communicate with each other. And humans, like, yeah, we have like some differences in cultures, traditions, and so on, but it's also good to have an opportunity to communicate and have like some common stuff. And yeah, I had some like pauses in my life when I had to go home for like 1 year, and during this time I already noticed that I missed this opportunity to speak the other people, like on some foreign languages. So
I
I guess,
understand.
it makes just more connections, or also like I've heard it's good for your brain anyway.
Дирижерского пункта приглашается лауреат международных конкурсов, дирижер молодежного оркестра национальных инструментов «Терема» Андрей Долгов. Солист, заслуженный артист Российской Федерации Михаил Зюцин. Партия флейты, лауреат международных конкурсов Анастасия Тонина. Русская народная песня «Как под горкой, под горой».
advice would you give to a student who wants to become a professional musician?
um, not to be afraid to change the teacher if they don't like them.
Yeah,
I mean, also like maybe not to be so shy and like show their interest for the persons whom they really like and who inspires them the most. I mean, like maybe like the world stars and so on. Like some of them, they have like a huge ego, but some of them, they are very nice human beings, and also like maybe you will get a chance to teach with them or to study with them. I mean, it's possible, and there are so many ways how to do this, like master classes. I don't know, even like the random emails. So most of the teachers, they would read them, and yeah, just also like keep trying and thinking about like these competition things and auditions things. This is like not just the main goal. It's just like part of your like professional trip, which never ends. And maybe you have to also pick the right speed for yourself, because like I've experienced so many burnouts, and at the end of I decided not to take part in any competition, any audition anymore. But maybe so this moment of my life, I didn't have like the right person to explain me how those things are working. If you have like the right speed of like learning the stuff, and like you're preparing for one competition, you failed in the first round, it doesn't mean anything. Like you can prepare for another competition, because program is probably kind of the same. Like it's not huge difference between all of them. And also like those competitions also provides you an opportunity to meet like those like great players and so on, with whom you might like to study, or also yeah, just like this chilling, I don't know, beer drinking. It happens all the time on these events, and also you can get better the personalities of the people there. Not of them are great, but some of them they're worthful, I would say. Yeah, and in communication with like those great people, so don't be cheeky, but also know the value of yourself. I also experienced like teachers in my life who had like such a huge ego, and like as a teachers they're unfortunately kind of pointless, but um, I could enjoy their like recordings and stuff still. I guess like there is not a bad person, there is like a wrong distance of for communication. So maybe like with those persons you can enjoy the recordings, but you cannot be like very good along with them, and it's fine. So then like find another teacher for yourself, or like another tutor and so on. And there are so many ways, but also like I would like the main advice would be like to listen themselves, not the people like who are around like talking that like this is the best way for you, this is the best way. I guess you already know what is like the best way for you. It's inside. And if you feel that something is wrong, you don't have to ignore this, because at some point it will like turn out that it was wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
So follow your heart and practice, 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 and practice and practice.
Like practice smart, not like practice, like also like yeah, find like your like heroes, like listen some of
Hmm.
these, listen some of these, like, but try to mix it with yourself, because like all the people are different. There is not like unique advices. You have already like adjust everything for yourself, and only in this way it will work. Yeah. And maybe like
Fantastic.
to take the actually the responsibility of yourself like earlier, like it's better earlier than later,
True.
that you will not try to find like a perfect teacher, perfect audition, perfect conditions for whatever. Like you have to build them by themselves, and they could be like not perfect, but like to be always negative about those things doesn't bring anything. Yeah.
That's great. And if I want to listen to your work, where do I find it? A YouTube channel or Spotify?
For now, just YouTube.
Great.
I mean, like I'm pretty active on Instagram, but it's not about flute. It's just about my life. But sometimes I post something of my like playing. But mostly, if you want to listen some recordings or some concerts, it's YouTube.
I understand. What are your plans for the future? Anything that you would like to share with us for your career?
Mm, so I don't play any auditions anymore, but I still love to play in the orchestra. So I'm keep going with the gigs. Also, we built a small orchestra, which is like No Orchestra. It calls No Orchestra. You can find us off Instagram, and probably like next week or in 2 weeks, we will open our website. So I'm excited about this project, but it's also like for now it's more freelancing thing. As a stable job, I will probably get some like hopefully a good position in 1 year in Germany. So this is the plan, or like 1-2 years, just to have a stable job. Yeah. So I will be teaching but still playing, and this is like a good mixture of mine. Also, like I do the other things which inspires me, like because like also I'm not just a musician and never been there, and I wasn't able to focus only on one thing. I guess like my thing is just I have uh, to have several things in my life that those make me alive, or like make me who I am. Yeah.
I understand. Fantastic. We are gonna listen to something of you playing after this video. Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you for inviting.
Hope to see you next time with another interview and wish you good luck on your plans.
Sure, thank you. Have a good one.
заклинательница змей Анастасия Тонина. Прозвучала пьеса Сальвадора Эспасы «Аргос».